video today will be ranking all 5 Toy Story films from the worst to the best. Now before we start with this, like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know for a video once it's started. So coming in the last place is going to be Toy Story 2. Now I thoroughly enjoy this film. I really loved how they changed the formula a little bit, where it took place with only Woody, Jesse, and that sort of cowboy police guy. And of course, you have the introduction of Bullseye and Jesse. Those two characters, fantastic introductions for those characters. I really enjoyed the story and the backstory of Jesse and her kid. Great sequences, very emotional. The song that plays during that sequence is one of the most emotional sequences and one of the most emotional songs in the entire Toy Story franchise. And I thoroughly enjoy Toy Story 2. It is not the Toy Story film that I go back to rewatching the most, but I could rewatch it and still have a great time with it. So Toy Story 2 comes in at number 5. Then number 4 is going to be Lightyear. Lightyear was phenomenal. I loved Lightyear. From this point on, I love these films. Toy Story 2 I liked. Lightyear I loved. Lightyear, you have Zurg, you have Buzz Lightyear. Great action adventure film. This is probably one of Pixar's most action-based films, because once it gets started in the opening sequence, it's just action sequence after action sequence, with, of course, the necessary character development for the characters. And overall, I really enjoyed Lightyear. It is a very fun film, and that's why Lightyear comes in at number 4. Number 3 is going to be Toy Story 3. Now, like I said, I really love Toy Story 3, and I really loved how they were able to make a fitting conclusion to the Toy Story trilogy. Well, conclusion. I mean that lightly, because of course there's a number 4, but if they ended it with Toy Story 3, the Toy Story franchise would have still been one of the greatest franchises or animated franchises of all time. Toy Story 3 ended perfectly. It has a very emotional ending where, of course, all the toys are left with Bonnie, and Andy ends up going to college, and that is basically the ending of this film. You have, of course, the Toy Story elements to it. You have the fun, you have the mystery, you have, now the toys are located in a preschool or elementary school, and it is very fun, very entertaining. Lotso the Hugging Bear is not very friendly, as it seems, because he is a great villain. He's terrifying when you get into that third act. And just overall, I thought Toy Story 3 was a great film and a great sort of semi-conclusion to the Toy Story franchise. So Toy Story 3 comes in at number 3. Number 2 is going to be Toy Story 4. Now, I am surprised as any of you that Toy Story 4, when I first saw it, was as good as it was. This is probably one of the most perfect, or one of the near perfect returns of a character or of multiple characters many years after its previous film, because this was 9 years after Toy Story 3. And for a film being 9 years after its previous film, you have a lot of weight put on that director's shoulders to make this as good as the previous film. And I think that the directors of this film did it. Forky is one of my favorite characters in the entire Toy Story franchise. He's hilarious. And it does give a great conclusion to Woody. And it is very emotional. Yes, I was crying in the theater because of how emotional it was. And I obviously have a lot of nostalgia for the original Toy Story. So seeing the ending of this film where Woody and Buzz separate, and Woody ends up going with Bo Peep and Buzz stays with the rest of the gang, I thought it was a great ending. And overall, this is, once again, a very fun film. One of the most fun films and one of the most different films in the Toy Story franchise. And I loved every second of it. So Toy Story 4 comes in at number 2. But of course, coming in at number 1 is the original Toy Story. This is one of the first animated films that I ever seen when I was a kid. And it always stuck with me. I love Toy Story. I could watch it any time of the day. This is one of the only films, one of the rare films that I could watch any time of the day and still really enjoy it. Toy Story is just an instant classic. Buzz, Woody, Bo Peep, Slinky, Rex, all the characters, very fun, very funny, very likable, and very entertaining. Sid is one of the most horrifying villains. As a child, watching Sid destroy these toys and the creepy baby doll robot spider thing, one of the creepiest sequences that I've ever seen when I was a kid. And overall, this is a great animated film, easily my favorite animated film of all time. And that's why Toy Story comes in at number 1. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you can know if I have a free video. I'm Peter. Thanks for watching.